Most musicians think that in order to improvise great solos on the spot, they need to memorize licks, practice scales and arpeggios endlessly, learn all the music theory, and so on. They spend years doing this, and yet their improvisation still sounds mechanical, robotic, disconnected from the music and from themselves, so they don't enjoy it. And worst of all, they start to wonder if they're just not natural enough. But after developing a unique ear training method, now used by more than 2,500 musicians, rated excellent on Trustpilot, and taught in top universities around the world, we can tell you with certainty, there's a missing skill no one is talking about. And it's the key to unlock improvisation and much more. From creativity to confidence to that feeling of being truly in the music when you play. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that skill is, how it works in your brain, and share a few powerful exercises to help you develop it, no matter what instrument you play. Before diving in, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Let's break down why so many improvised solos end up sounding stiff and robotic. What most musicians are doing when they memorize licks and scales is training their fingers, not their ear. And when it's time to improvise, their brain panics. They're not actually hearing musical ideas, they're just trying to remember shapes and patterns. That's why their playing feels disconnected, because it is disconnected from the harmony, from the moment, and from their musical ideas. Here's the real issue. Improvisation is a real-time act of musical imagination. If your inner ear can't hear where the harmony is going, your creativity has nothing to grab onto. That's the missing skill. To improvise musically, you need to perceive both the underlying harmony and your melodic ideas at the same time. When your ear can feel the direction of the chords, not just react to them, your melodies begin to flow naturally. They start to follow, contrast, or interact with the harmony in a way that sounds intentional and expressive. That's exactly one of the core skills our method is designed to develop, using a concept we call triadic color, a powerful framework supported by a complete series of targeted exercises. It's one of the most transformational skills we teach, and once it clicks, everything changes. Most musicians are taught melody and harmony as two separate skills, but real music doesn't work like that. You don't hear melody or harmony, your brain hears them together. That's where triadic colors come in. These are subtle sensations, but incredibly powerful. Let me show you how it works with a practical example. I'm going to ask you to sing the following note. Keep singing and humming this note while I change the chords underneath it. Notice how the feeling of the note shifts as I move from one chord to the next. Did you feel how the same note changed its feeling depending on the chord that was underneath? It's a subtle sensation, but you can definitely feel that on the first chord, C major, the note sounded stable and sort of happy and resolved, whereas on the last chord, A minor, the note sounded darker and melancholic with less of a resolved feeling than on C major. If you didn't feel it yet, feel free to pause the video, go back, and repeat the example a couple of times. This subtle change in feeling is what we call triadic color, the emotional identity a note takes on through its interaction with the chord underneath. When you tune into these subtle sensations, your brain begins to chunk harmony properly. You stop hearing three isolated notes, and instead, you begin to perceive the entire triad as a single sound, a unified color within the tonality. And this ability to recognize the global color of each triad is essential, because once you can internally perceive the full emotional identity of each chord, you're no longer reacting. You're navigating harmony intuitively, and your melodies naturally lock into place. Here is an exercise to help you develop exactly that. I'll give you a simple chord progression, let's say 4-1-6-5 in C major. Now try to sing the basic triad for each chord. F major, that's F, A, and C. C major, C, E, G. A minor, A, C, E. G major, G, B, and D. Simple enough, right? Now I want you to do the same arpeggiation exercise, but this time with a critical twist. Before you sing the notes of each chord, take a moment to feel the entire chord internally. How can you do that? First of all, let me clarify that this is an intermediate task, so if you're a beginner, it's likely too difficult for you. But keep watching because I'll share something that can help you in the following section of the video. To develop a better internal perception of each chord, it's helpful to start by focusing on the root and audiate it clearly in your mind before you sing anything. As you hold that root in your inner ear, begin to sing the third and the fifth, while mentally anchoring them to that root. You should be splitting your perception into two layers. 1, the root, which keeps playing in the back of your mind. 2, the third and fifth, which you sing on top of that root sensation. And here's the crucial part. Each root should feel like the correct degree within the key you're perceiving internally. So if you're singing an F major triad in the key of C, the F should feel like the 4th degree. When you move to C major, the root C should feel like the tonic, the 1st degree. Do this for each chord in the progression, making sure that you're audiating the root as you are singing the 3rd and 5th of each triad. You feel each root as the correct scale degree in the key. You're singing all notes accurately enough. If you are following these steps correctly without losing the tonic and without helping with an instrument, you'll begin to hear the global color of each chord as you move through the progression. Think of the scale as a tonal gravitational field. Each of the 7 chords in that key is like a planet with its own microgravity, and that pull is created by the 3 notes of the triad. Every chord has a unique center of gravity, a distinct emotional pull. When you sense the gravity changing from one chord to the next, you're experiencing it intuitively. So the key skill that transforms your improvisation isn't merely being able to audiate each triad in isolation, but rather perceiving it as an emotional object embedded within the larger key. Now, before we move on to the next exercise, if this felt difficult, you're not alone. If you struggle with pitch matching or you can't sing a scale or a triad cleanly yet, don't worry. That just means your foundational ear skills need work. That's exactly where I started out. And it's why we created our free ear training workshop. It's helped thousands of musicians build core skills step by step, starting with a simple self-assessment to identify their current level and guiding them through science-based exercises so they know exactly what to practice and what to avoid. Click the link in the description below to register for free. Now, internally perceiving the global sensation of each chord is just the first step. To truly unlock improvisation, we need to go at least one level deeper. You need to build the habit of anticipating the next chord before it happens, until it becomes second nature. Let's try this with a real backing track. As the track plays, you'll see the chords appear on screen. Each chord will last 4 beats. Here's what I want you to do. During the first 3 beats, sing the current triad. On the 4th beat, audiate the root of the upcoming chord before it actually plays. Then start singing the next triad when beat 1 arrives, and so on. You'll have the full progression visible on screen so you can prepare in advance. This isn't easy to do in real time, but it's absolutely essential, because the moment your ear learns to predict the harmony, your melodies automatically start to align with it. You're no longer reacting, you're composing in real time with taste. Ready? Let's go. Let us know in the comments how it went for you. This is what separates musicians who sound robotic from those who sound musical, even when they're just noodling. It's not about more scales, licks, or theory tricks. It's about your internal perception. Musicians that master these listening skills can feel what note will work before they even play it. That's what gives their melodies that sense of flow and inevitability. And that's why we say improvisation isn't about regurgitating licks, it's about hearing ahead. If you want to develop your ear following a structured, proven method, you can start for free with our workshop. Check out the link in the description below. If you're not quite ready to join our full workshop, but want to keep building your improvisation skills, check out this next video, where you'll learn how to build a real mind-to-instrument connection and apply triadic color skills in actual music, using a real backing track and a step-by-step strategy to shift from muscle memory to ear-led improvisation.